Oh, wait, before we start the podcast, I got something to say. Hi, guys. Hayden here from Worldwide Sensation Podcast, Straw Hat Crusaders, here to announce a fun new thing we're going to be introducing that we need your help with. We are going to start taking fan-submitted questions for the end of our episodes. Whoa, crazy.
I'm here too. It's me, Adriana.
Yeah.
Hi.
So if you have a question that you would like us to answer on the podcast, it can be about JoJo, it can be about One Piece, it can be about both, it can be about neither. You can just ask us about us.
You just ask us what dreams we've had
Yeah,
recently, because that's what we talk about
love
anyway.
dreams. We have so many. But we are going to start accepting emails to our email that is strawhatcrusaders@gmail.com. Again, that is strawhatcrusaders@gmail.com. If you'd like to, go ahead and send us an email with your question. If it is related to one of the two things that we are reading/watching here, put that in the subject line. Like, just put One Piece in the subject line if it's about One Piece, JoJo in the subject line if it's about JoJo. If not, just leave that subject line, say whatever you want.
If you do send us a spoiler, we will kill you.
That is true. That is also, we're going to be vetting them for spoilers. So hopefully if you do that, I'll cry. I'll cry live on the podcast too.
And I'm here too. and if you don't like email and you're like, email's weird, that's for freaking millennials, then you can go to twitter.com and you can find a post, or you can message us at HatPodCrusaders. That's our handle. The Straw Hat Crusaders podcast.
Also, if you leave a question in one of our YouTube comments, we will check those again. The Twitter and the YouTube, I'll say, are going to be less likely for us to make sure that we see your question. The email is going to be the best. We will answer the questions that we can get to to the best of our ability. Ones that we find and we're like, this will be fun discussion stuff. And then just leave your name or anything if you want us to call you out and thank you. Just put your name in there too. Thanks so much. Enjoy the episode. Good morning, and welcome back to Straw Hat Crusaders, a podcast where one of us is experiencing JoJo for the first time, and the rest of us are experiencing One Piece for the first time, and we are sharing our journeys intertwined in a cosmic destiny, going towards the sky.
Hell yeah.
I am Hayden Hartrick. Sitting across from me is
Adriana.
Sitting to my left is
Josh.
Sitting across the table from Josh is
Clayton Chalman.
And we are the Straw Hat Crusaders. That's us.
That's us.
We are the title. You
There's
like it or
four.
not? There's
There's
four.
There's four. There's no more
One,
than
two,
four.
3, 4, 5.
Literally never thought of it that way till just now.
That we are the Straw Hat Crusaders.
Yeah, I actually haven't either.
Really?
I thought that's like what we were.
That's what our podcast
That
is, but I never
makes sense.
thought about how we are the ones.
We're the
we are the
Crusaders.
Crusaders that are also
Yeah.
like denoted by straw hats.
Mm-hmm.
The original Crusaders were waging a religious war to spread their faith, and that's kind of similar to what we're doing.
That's what I'm doing off the
True.
podcast too.
Yes, for different things.
For different,
for
people.
the Christian God.
Yeah. Well, we start this off. We're gonna touch it. This is about chickens.
Stop it.
I'm scatting. You can't stop me.
I know. That's why I'm saying stop it.
How is everyone doing this week? I can start.
Okay.
Start.
I got new bedding yesterday. It came in the mail.
Wow.
I made my first ever high purchase. I got high and I bought something.
Oh, okay.
Not appropriate
Bad.
for the content. For
Sin, in fact.
That would be a sin, Hayden.
It's space bedding.
Okay, like Galaxy?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like I got a space comforter.
Okay.
Space sheets.
Yeah.
Space top sheet.
Real original.
Space pillowcases.
Yeah.
Space extra pillowcases that are too small for my big old pillows because I like my big old pillows. It was awesome. It came in yesterday. Also, my Murders at Karlov Manor Deep Blue Sea Commander Precon deck came in today, and I'm really excited to sleeve it up and make my edits. All right? I'm having a great time.
One time, going off your space betting, one time when I was at my school, we had tablets, like school issued tablets, and I used that because it was a Samsung Galaxy tab. I used that to download an app called Meme Droid, where it's very similar to iFunny, but for like Android products. And I posted a picture of a girl that was wearing like underpants that had stars on it, and I said her ass is out of this world, which is not a joke I came up with. This is a joke that existed elsewhere, and it got published on the like featured post of Meme Droid, and I was like, I'm gonna be a comedian.
It's where it all began.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that's really impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Love
Yeah.
that for you, though. Love you're living your 2014 Tumblr girl fantasy.
Yeah, I wish I
It's
could have done
great.
that. I wish I could have been on the Meme Droid front page.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
And also, I think Clayton was also living his
Yeah.
2014 Tumblr girl fantasy.
Yeah.
I was.
I also have been talking about One Piece so much in my life that one of my coworkers has just started walking away when I start talking about One Piece.
Oh my god.
Yesterday,
New
Hey,
material.
man, I'm like a loser.
I made a joke to someone, and the person was not like at working at the moment, but they were just like hanging out. We were chatting, and I made some joke about One Piece, and they just walked away. They were like, "I need to go to the bathroom." And I was like, "Is it because I started talking about One Piece?" And they were
Wow.
like, "Yeah."
That's hilarious.
What?
We are
How old is this person?
30.
There you go.
33, I think. I don't know.
We are such different people. If I was wearing a T-shirt of something I liked and someone was like, "Oh, you like this thing?" I would catch on fire. I would just explode before being able to talk to someone in public about my interests.
Look, it's
Like-
it's One Piece, man.
Yeah.
It sits somewhere else in my being, and I'm
That's
trying.
fair.
I was trying to get another person to start reading One Piece. Is what happened.
It's awesome that we started this podcast because I love One Piece and have for so long. And I would never talk to people about it that
Would walk away.
or just like unless it was a situation where it's like this is what needs to happen. Like I would never be like, "Hey man, have you heard about One Piece? This happens in it."
You weren't a crusader.
I was not a crusader. But everybody asked me about One Piece, I would be like, "Yeah, read it. It's awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you many times.
Mm-hmm.
Josh
And now
isn't
here
asking.
you are.
It's a good quality.
I've
Fun.
also
To have.
gotten really back into Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle,
Oh no.
which is a Dragon Ball Z gotcha game that I used to play in middle school.
The one where, wait, is that when it's a gotcha game? That means you play with your wallet, right? Does that mean you?
No,
buy stuff?
it means if you want to be good, you have to
Yeah.
spend money.
Okay.
Yeah, you spend your money and they say, "Gotcha."
But
That's
I
what-
haven't
That's
played.
what I thought. That's what I.
I haven't played in like 3 years to 4 years, so all my like units on my account are like bad, and I'm having to like grind a bunch, and I've spent way too much time doing it. Adriana, how are you?
I'm okay. I am about to have my mom come visit with my little dog that I miss so
Whoa.
much.
Yeah, mom dog.
Mom dog.
Mom dog.
Real. Oh my gosh. I have a call with a very reputable tattoo artist who knows a lot of Austin tattoo artists and stuff, and I'm gonna go over my portfolio and stuff with
Oh
him.
That's awesome.
shit, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
So that's on Tuesday. I'm excited for
Fantastic.
that.
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
set that up.
People start paying Adriana. If we get a Patreon, the top tier will be Adriana designs you a tattoo.
Yeah.
Adriana
Do you
tattoos you.
want to put tattoos on people?
Yeah, I want to be a tattoo
Whoa.
artist. Mhm.
Maybe I should wait to get that design until you can do it.
Oh,
No,
wow.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I already drew it for you. You should get it done like as soon as you want, but then whatever.
But then later
yeah,
I'll get
you're
tattoos from
you're
you.
probably gonna want another tattoo sometime in the future.
Yeah.
and
Eventually.
Then I got you. Yeah.
I will be
And then
coming
Aiden
to you
will
as well.
slay.
Yes.
That's
That'll be
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get like sleeved out?
Like me myself.
Yeah. Bless you.
Yeah,
Bless you.
every
Bless you.
tattoo artist I've ever known
Has
has been
tattoos.
tatted the fuck up.
Yeah. I definitely would. Literally, just all the reasons, all the bullshit reasons people give you about why they don't have tattoos. That's my same reasons. I'm not special. I can't decide. I literally just don't think anything I have looked at or decided on, I know for sure I would want on my body for forever.
Yeah.
I just am a very what's it called? change. My tastes change constantly.
That's what I was experiencing a lot before I got because that's why I picked my first tattoo, which was just like one of those Friday the 13th random like ones. I just found one I liked, and I was like, I'm just gonna do something that doesn't require like a lot of thought, something that like because like I knew that once I broke that seal, it would be a lot easier to do stuff going forward.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm gonna get something that is going to make me, like, even if I stop liking it, it's going to make me remember the time of being like, yeah, when Clayton and I went and got tattoos, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like in terms of, like, body modification stuff, I like piercings better, at least because, like, you can decorate them in a different way. Like, tattoos
And you can take them out.
Static. Yeah, and you could take them out. But, yeah.
With big magnet.
With a big bag, go to MRI, CAT scan.
Would you be mad if I
Yeah.
brought a big cartoon magnet and pointed it at your face? Would you be pissed off about that?
Yeah, I'd be so pissed off, and you'd look so dumb because it wouldn't work.
Oh,
Wait,
shucks.
actually, would it? No. Wait, are piercings? I don't think piercings are magnetic, but
Earrings are.
But you have to take them out for an MRI and stuff.
That's super magnet.
Yeah, maybe it's just the level. So
Wow.
yeah, if you did get a really big, comically large magnet, maybe I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'd celebrate because then we'd have a comically large magnet.
Why don't we
Wanting
see
one in a
those
while.
anymore?
Big comically large
Yeah.
magnet.
I don't
Where
think
did
they were
those
ever.
get?
I don't think they were ever real, Josh.
No.
No, those
No?
kind of magnets are real. Like,
Yeah,
The horseshoe
but I'm
magnet?
talking about
Not the
like
comically large
one
kind.
that you pull out and it's 3 times the size of your body and is still like horseshoe.
Listen. I think this is one person with half the information arguing with someone with no information. So this is probably just
Yeah.
not
So
like,
who are you gonna trust?
exactly. We need to do more research. You know?
Okay.
How are you doing, Josh?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
yeah, they're real.
They're
He
Like,
just
literally
flipped
real.
around a cartoon drawing.
Drawing of a magnet. Yeah.
Yeah, post that on the Twitter so people can get
so
that
people
joke.
know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is live.
Clayton is showing us pictures
Sorry,
of
I'm
children.
doing visual comedy. There was a
children.
You know, every time it's my turn to talk about my week, I just feel like Clayton is distracted by something.
Clayton
There's
often
so many
like
magnets.
tries to start the podcast. No, or was it that we tried to start the podcast? No, Clayton constantly
Clayton.
tries to start the podcast without
It's
hearing
knowing.
from Josh.
Well, luckily
Whoops.
for you,
What's up,
luckily
Josh?
for you, this week was just whatever. We don't have to talk about it.
Okay.
We don't have to freaking talk about it.
Aiden?
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 Whoa.
What's
Sorry,
up?
I remembered another thing that happened.
Whoa.
Yesterday, I went to Texas Roadhouse to meet my family for dinner. I drove an hour and a half to go to a Texas Roadhouse in Waco, Texas. And it was my birthday for my birthday dinner, and they made me sit on the saddle and ride it.
They have a bull riding
Ride the
machine?
mechanical
No.
bull?
They bring out a tiny saddle when it's your birthday, and they all sing to you and make you
Oh.
ride it. I have a video. I'll show you.
That's great.
You're not joking?
But
Okay.
our server's name was Clayton,
Ugh.
and he he was very nice to me, and he complimented me a lot. And I did a mortal sin, and I accidentally called him by his first name. I was like, "Oh, thank you, Clayton," and I hate, and I hate that. I hate that I did that.
You missed your friend Clayton. You wanted
Yeah.
to pretend.
One
What's
time in college, I started dating somebody.
Whoa.
Somebody that I think you know.
He pointed to Adriana. As he said that.
But I started dating that person, and it was like the morning after stuff like first happened between us, and a friend of hers was like, "Hey, do y'all want to go grab some food? Let's go to Chili's." I don't know why Chili's, but we went to Chili's,
Ugh.
and again, it was just like so because she had like just started like seeing me, and the waiter comes up to the table and is like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Clayton," and everybody at the table burst out laughing. It was really funny.
Poor guy.
That's fun.
I did find out. I did just.
Nobody laughed, so I turned everybody else's microphones off.
That was insane.
No,
We have to get this power away from
He's
Clayton.
mad with
no.
I did remember something about my week. It was the Lunar New Year yesterday.
power. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep, I didn't observe, but I thought that was interesting. There is an eclipse coming.
Yeah, there is.
There's a real big eclipse coming, and we are so close to the area.
We need to drive and go
Yeah,
do it.
I'm sorry, Clayton. I just remembered.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
bummed. I'm gonna be at the fucking office.
Well, if I'm lucky, I'll also be at the fucking office.
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky, me too.
Yeah.
I haven't applied to anywhere, but
I mean, actually,
If you want to be at my if you want to work there too, I can put your
me
application.
first, me fucking first.
I think they're gonna hire like multiple people.
yeah, send me that.
Well, Hayden is so tall, they might think that they have enough people.
Yeah, they might think I'm two guys in a trench coat.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, I gave it away. Hayden's the tallest one of this podcast.
He's not actually short like we pretend.
Yeah. Joke's over. Dream's fucking dead.
Or is this the bit?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn on everyone else's mics. Clayton, what's your week?
Guys,
What's your
I've been training at my job for so long and was supposed to be training for so much longer, but I'm doing a lot of visual gags on this audio podcast.
He's making incredible faces.
But I was so advanced that they were like, hey, y'all are going to leave the class. We're going to put you on the floor early so that we can actually
Whoa.
work with these people that need us. Just let us know if you need anything. So now I'm doing the job.
Is the
That's
job? Is it
great.
that easy? Or
Honestly,
or you just because you have experience doing the thing.
it's easy enough to grasp, but I can understand why training might take a long time for some people. It's more complicated even than I thought it was going to be. Definitely more than the last place I was doing this at. But soon I'll have Josh there and seemingly maybe Hayden there.
You seem very confident. I'm trying not to jinx it.
I mean, again, it is like I can basically guarantee that like they will almost certainly hire you. It just comes down to like when.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll have trouble with it? Is it just forms?
I don't
and
think
shit?
so. I mean, it's mostly forms and stuff. If you can, you went to like business school. Like if you can do like the homework for that, you can surely.
Wait, didn't you say they train you with like board games or something? Because
With
that
Kahoot.
might give them a hard time.
It's Kahoot. It's Kahoot. So it's all very.
They train you with board games.
If they train you with board
Monopoly?
games, I would be like, Josh, I'm sorry, man. I can't even recommend you because they'll be pissed at me.
It's funny that like it'd be funny if I was really bad at it and I went to business school, but you're really good at it when you went to. Wait, did you do
I
film?
went to stupid ass dumb shit theater school.
Oh, you went to, yeah, you went to theater.
Yeah.
Although theater does prepare, I think, you for a lot of things that people wouldn't realize.
I
Yeah,
felt
I
like
know how to
theater
breathe.
school prepared me for fucking jack shit. Shouldn't
They-
have done it.
they didn't
Do you want to talk about JoJo?
Yeah.
Jojo!
Shouldn't have done it. Joe! Bennett.
Clayton, you watched more of Part 5, Golden
Win.
Audio. What'd you think?
What about it?
What'd you think?
Fuck you,
happened?
buddy.
Okay,
Hey, fuck you.
We freaking watched Pompeii, Man in the Mirror fight, and we watched the other freaking
Grateful
Grateful
Dead.
Dead
Grateful
fight.
Dead.
So yeah,
Yes.
what'd you think of the Man in the Mirror? We got to see Fugo
Yeah.
in action. Fugo
Yer.
backstory. We got to see Purple Haze. What's the
So,
vibes?
I love Purple Haze.
Hell yeah.
I love Fugo. I didn't really care for these episodes, especially like nearly as much as the Grateful Dead fight.
Yeah.
I just think Man in the Mirror also great stand name, very very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was the most compelling stand. Like I was not super interested in a lot of it, and it felt like a Part 3 stand to me in a lot of ways.
Maybe because it
It kind of was
Yeah,
a
it's
Part
kinda
3
like
stand
Hangman
as
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
You were like, is this just a worse Hangman?
For a second, when mirror stuff started happening, I thought that could be fucking what's his name?
Jay Guile?
Yeah, Jay Guile.
I would hate that.
Yeah,
Comes
it would
out
not be
whole
good.
horses
Yeah.
with him, too.
Well, because he
The whole
died.
damn-
Yeah,
Horse.
he fucking was murdered.
He
by
got
opponent.
dead really hard. And so I was like, maybe he only exists in Mirror now.
Yeah.
That is a cool ability though, because it allows him to travel anywhere without having to run into anyone. He just has to
True.
have a mirror nearby.
True.
I think that's pretty fucking sick.
But also, he can only travel on foot that way unless he's got like.
If he gets a big mirror, he could take a car.
Yeah.
Oh well, cars would just be in the mirror world.
Yeah, but if he was driving the car in the mirror world, would it be driving that same car in the real world?
What if he gets into a car in the mirror world? What if he gets on a train in the mirror world and the train starts training?
Yeah, you're right. If he were to drive a car in the mirror world, I think that car would be driving itself in the real world. Doesn't matter. This fucker is
He's just
dead.
like Tenet.
Yeah.
This fucker is dead. He's so dead it's not even funny.
True.
It's Jover.
Are you guys talking about Aluso this whole time?
Aluso, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oluso, by the way, how would you feel? I don't think he's that interesting as a character.
I didn't care about him very
Yeah.
much. I liked the part. Lucas mentioned this to me, and it's true. I did like the part where he, like, seeing him muster the resolve to cut off his hand, and then being like kind of surprised that he was able to convince himself to do it.
That was cool.
That was fun. And then he got killed it in the end anyway,
Yeah.
because Purple Haze shoots one of his knucks off and explodes his head, which I thought was very fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Purple Haze as a concept. How do you
Purple
just-
Haze is awesome.
Yeah.
When we were watching it, he was like salivating, and what's his face? Abakia was like, Giorno, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. And I jokingly was like, what, is he fucking rabid? And Adriana was like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Purple Haze being just like a freak who's also like dangerous to friend and foe alike.
Yeah.
And Fugo.
He's a freak off the leash.
Yeah.
He's a,
Is Fugo not immune?
He's
to
not
the-
immune
Fugo's
to
not immune.
the virus.
No.
See, this is like, because if
He's not immune to his anger.
If one of the crew died to Purple Haze, like that would be so tragic.
It would.
Exactly.
He'd be
Fucking crazy!
And guess who is the first person to ever survive Purple Haze? Mr.
Giorno.
Giorno.
Mr. Giorno Giovanna.
Because he's awesome, and he makes a
Yeah.
snake.
And he knows how to. Well, he does know how to create the antidote.
Yeah,
He's the first one. It's so interesting that he's like one of the first people to really break through to Fugo, and at the same time the first one to make an antidote to his poison.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking love the way Araki sets shit up with his characters in general, but also just in part 5. Like, that's beautiful stuff. I'd say these episodes have grown on me. I remember I wasn't thrilled originally because I didn't find Aluso to be that interesting when I first watched it. But I think like Abakio and Fugo and Giorno's the way that they have to deal, they find a way to deal with him. Mix that in with the fact that they're 3 different forces who are all not in sync and they have to deal with each other. Especially like Abakio and Giorno disagreeing about whether to save Fugo or not. And then add on top of that Fugo's tragic backstory. To me, there's some solid episodes. But yeah, definitely not like the greatest fight in JoJo. But I don't know. How'd you feel about Fugo's his origin?
I thought that it was a pretty good little story. I thought it was very tragic, very sad. Some very upsetting things implied. But Fugo as a character is just very well written, and I thought his backstory was great. And it made me really kind of enjoy him even more as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fugo really grew on me like throughout. I think definitely after reading Purple Haze feedback too, kind of solidified it. But yeah.
Whoa,
I
that's
was-
what it is.
That's the light novel.
Ah.
Let's not get too into that.
No, but we've mentioned that before.
Yeah. But I want to be so careful.
I just said the name of the book.
I know.
So
It's about the world after he died.
yeah.
He stands loose.
Well, we don't know when it takes place. I don't want to tell you when it takes
There's
place.
no way to know.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good fight. I really do. I also the half and half Abakio Moody Blues.
That was pretty cool.
It's just such a like burned into my brain image.
It's very
And-
cunt.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The way that he curb stomps.
Yeah.
Man in the mirror. Oh god, I just love seeing Moody Blues in action.
Yeah.
You know. Also like chopping his hand off so he can like run back the tape and send the key to Giorno.
Yeah, Clayton was like, so his hand's just gone now? like for real, and we're like, yep.
Yep.
It sure is, but
But
then he gets
no.
it zipped on.
Yeah.
He zip ties his hand on.
He got his little friendship bracelet from Bruno.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So was there anything else about that fight that was particularly?
I think we don't learn much about Aluso. We do get this key.
Right.
Yeah,
We got a
key to a
strange
turtle.
key.
Yeah. I do want to bring up the Fugo backstory, though, particularly because I think that this is another area where... And tell me if you prefer not to know what changes the anime does make or not. I don't know. Is that
No.
something you're interested in?
I'm interested.
So in the manga, Fugo's backstory is not given. All we get is what Aluso reads out in his file to Fugo, where he's like, says you have trouble controlling your anger, you have an IQ of 152 or something, and that you beat your professor with a book, or you like murdered your professor. But the anime added the entire scenes that we see of like the details of his backstory, and those were the details that Araki gave himself. Like this was almost like an Araki director's cut in a way, because the anime went and asked him what the official backstory is. So that is canon
Whoa.
completely.
That's cool.
I think it's really helpful. I think it really adds to the story.
Yeah.
So,
When Part 5 was coming out, it must have been like a pretty, a really interesting like thing for the manga readers to see.
yeah.
Like,
I heard it was
added.
controversial too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
especially
intense.
the subject matter, because it's like,
Yeah.
you're dealing with
Yeah.
some predatory stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also there's like the imagery of when he's beating his professor, like blood gets like splattered onto like these
That was epic.
these crosses,
yeah.
these Mary figures that are on the wall.
That was a pretty cool design choice.
Yeah.
Or like a what's it called? Symbolism.
Yeah.
Whatever English class term that I'm thinking of right now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
But then they take this key. Sorry, were you about to say something?
no.
My bad. Then they take
Key
this
time.
key
Key to a turtle. A
yeah,
turtle's back
at a
has
train
a key
station.
in it.
Yes.
And that's awesome. Yeah, I was a big fan of this fucking turtle.
Yeah,
The
dude.
key was awesome.
Coco Jumbo.
Coco Jumbo.
That's a stand. You have to rate that
Jumbo.
stand. Smash or pass that
No.
stand. Rate it.
Pass.
Smash or
I
pass,
haven't.
Purple
I need
Haze?
to rank all this shit still.
Oh,
That'll
yeah.
come later. Purple Haze is probably gonna have to be a pass. I
Man
don't
in the Mirror.
think it would go well. Man in the Mirror. I don't. Can I look that up? Am I allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a
Um,
pass for you, but I mean it is humanoid, sort of at least.
I don't even remember what it looks like.
It's not the
Yeah,
most.
I remember him
memorable-
being like silvery.
It's like a black and silver stand. It's got like a.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pass.
I got
He looks
it.
like Sans.
That's not what I would have originally
that's
thought,
not
but
what
I'm glad that I know how your mind works.
He looks like a skeleton guy.
Yeah.
So they run on a train. Bruno's
this
like
train?
trying to fit a key in a keyhole, and you're like, he keeps missing the keyhole. How's he gonna know?
Yeah, he keeps not putting it out the
Yeah.
keyhole and is going, no, it doesn't fit. It's like, okay, man,
All
try a little
right.
harder.
But there's two new guys. that
There's
we meet at
two
this train
fucking
station.
guys that I was a big fan of. We meet Pesci, who's the freak I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto,
The fighter.
that's meat prosciutto.
Yeah,
Yes.
prosciutto is ham.
Yeah.
It's a
Pork?
salt cured pig leg. Yeah.
Okay.
My
Prosciutto's really good.
my mom, this is so off topic, but my mom would tell me about all the Italian immigrant things that would make her embarrassed in her childhood, and one of them was having a prosciutto leg hanging up in their garage. And whenever she had friends over, she would have to explain that to them.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that in our
Yeah.
garage.
You can have it.
Prosciutto's actually really easy to make.
Is
On
it?
yeah, you just get like raw meat and then pack some salt on it and wait. Well, I mean, you have to wrap it up a certain way, but put it in, just hang it in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking at me right
Aiden's
now like,
shocked right now.
He's going to do this.
Yeah.
So they hide in a turtle, and
They hide in
then
a turtle.
prosciutto is
There's a whole room in this turtle.
There's a whole
There's
room.
a whole room in this turtle,
In
and
this-
it has soda pop in it.
Yeah.
It has pop.
It was given to them by the boss.
Okay, do you think that when they found the turtle, that the room was fully furnished in 2000s fashionable interior design style. You know what I mean?
I
Or
wonder.
do you think it was like a gray box and they just like brought stuff in there?
I like to think that the boss hired Martha Stewart to like go into
Yeah.
the turtle and like and spruce it up.
Stewart.
She
Also-
makes food, right?
She makes food.
What? I thought she was an interior designer.
No, girl.
No.
It's.
I mean, I'm sure she has other talents. Wait, who am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Who's that famous?
They probably got
HGTV
Chip and Joanna Gaines.
I
From,
don't even know that.
They probably got the property, brother.
I was
yeah,
thinking
the
of
property,
Property
right? Yeah,
Brothers.
HGTV Property Brothers.
Okay, my bad.
You probably got
the
what's
house flippers. Come
no,
in.
what's his name from Queer Eye, the interior design one?
Bobby.
Bobby. Yeah.
They probably got Extreme Makeover Home Edition,
Turtle Edition.
Turtle Edition. But
They
yeah.
they move the bus. There's the crunch.
No, I will say though, Coco Jumbo and moved
Josh,
I just
Josh, it's been
processed
years.
Move that turtle. I do love Mr. President as a stand. It's so
Yeah.
helpful.
So obviously, Mr. President is a pass. Would y'all smash in Mr. President?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wouldn't freak you out that you're in a turtle.
I think I'd like that.
Yeah, it'd be
What?
awesome.
Why would you like
You
it
would
at?
specifically be like, "Fuck, we're in a turtle right now."
Yeah,
Oh
cross
my
that off
God.
the rice purity test. Is all
Oh,
I'm saying.
You want to say that you've done it. You want to be able to say you've
Yeah, I fucked in a
fucked
turtle.
in a turtle.
I'm
That's
sorry.
really
Also,
bad.
Looks
Yeah, it's just
like
such-
so comfortable.
It's so private.
Yeah.
No,
There's so many
definitely.
places.
I definitely would. It would not heighten the experience knowing that it's
They
a turtle,
have
though.
soda
Yeah.
pop.
No, I like
Yeah.
the invulnerability of being in a turtle. No one's gonna find me ever.
Yeah.
Unless
Unless
they
they're
look.
looking for me.
yeah.
Unless they
they're
look
trying
for
to
me.
find you. You know?
But if the turtle dies, you die.
No, you just probably just get
If you
thrown
die
out.
in the turtle, you die in real life. Wait, isn't that how it works? Because
I think if you
Pesci-
die in the turtle, yes.
Pesci said that's why Pesci was about to smash the turtle, and he was like, "I'm about to smash this turtle and kill all your friends."
Well, he's probably to break the
Uh-huh.
key. Maybe.
Yeah. I
may-
mean, we don't because it's like they could just be trapped
no, they're
in the room
They're
forever.
probably trapped in. Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I think he was like, "I'm going to trap your friends in this room."
I always-
forever."
But they have soda pop.
Yeah, but he
True.
takes
I'm
he
really
does
hung
he
up
does
on this subject.
take Trish out of the turtle, which is very smart. At first, I was like,
Yeah.
I always got confused why, but it's like, oh, duh, because he wants if he's gonna die, he still wants his squad to have Trish as a pathway to the boss.
Yeah.
Which is says a lot about Pesci and about what he was
Yeah.
thinking in terms of the team. But we're
True.
getting ahead of
yeah,
ourselves.
we're getting real ahead of putting the turtle before the cart before the
the
key
turtle before the
That
vampire
turtle's gonna get
horse.
run over.
we're putting the key before the turtle right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So
I got there.
they hide in the turtle.
Yeah.
And they're drinking the fizzy bubbly.
Uh-huh.
And then freaking Prosciutto is compelled to use his stand, Grateful Dead. One of my favorite stands in part 5.
It's awesome.
Fucking sick.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How'd you feel about all that?
Grateful Dead was really cool. It turned everybody old,
the
unless they
beach.
were cold.
Bam.
Is that Grateful Dead can turn anybody cold, even if they or anybody old, even if they are cold, right?
If
Yeah.
he grabs them, like he can age them, but this
But
is
he
just-
was choosing to specifically target people with higher body temperatures because
He wanted to-
Trish would have lower body temperatures.
Well,
Yes.
let me. Okay, is that how it? He was like, can he really control the circumstances of his stand that much? Or
I think
was
it's
that
like-
or was that something that how it always worked? He just like makes everybody old in somewhere, but normally he doesn't have to differentiate, so it doesn't matter. But it was always like a body temperature
It
thing.
just its targeting method is body heat. That's
Yeah.
just what it uses to find. That's what it uses to find people. And the more warm you are, the more it targets you. But if he touches you directly, I mean, he's just gonna age you
yeah.
really fast.
My point is that's a condition that always was true before that. Like he didn't change his targeting system just for this mission, right?
Yeah, I don't think they typically can choose.
Yeah.
Because it also like he said that it also made the. I guess he didn't.
No,
He turned the AC off
Mm-hmm.
to make it muggy. I don't know, but I mean, like Pesci seemed to know that like that was the trick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's explicitly stated if it
No,
was
yeah.
his choice or not.
But I think it's safe to say that would be crazy if he could control something like that. So I think it's safe to assume that that's how it always works.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happened to be perfect for this mission where they needed to keep a woman alive who has lower body temperature.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Great stand design. Does look like a Ben 10 alien.
Yep.
Yeah,
But in the
that's
best
good.
way.
Old Narantia?
Narancia got old really quick.
He got old.
Got so old that his fingernails started curling off of his body,
Yeah.
which is bad.
That scene where he's like, oh, I'm feeling so nostalgic.
Yeah.
Look, oh, this garden looks so nice. Like he's just having old people thoughts on top of
Right.
him turning old.
Yeah.
That's so
He's lived
funny.
a whole life now.
I gotta say, Mista slightly aging, kind of a look. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Kind of hot.
Kind of hot.
yeah, he was awesome.
Silver Fox missed. Yeah.
Mista goes after Pesci, doesn't he?
And then he dies.
He does, and he gets shot in the fucking
He gets
brain
shot in the
3
head.
But he
times.
gets to do
Yeah.
fucking cool shit before. The
Yeah.
fucking him coming up on Pesci and yeah.
Yeah,
Just to be clear, he didn't die. If anyone's like, shit, I just got spoiled, and then I don't remember that. Wait, no, if you're listening to this, you.
yeah,
He did get shot in
you're
the
a
head 3
dumbass
times.
if you're.
Yeah, he did
And
get
blood
shot.
came out around his head.
Yes.
Really impressive stand that only one of his Sex Pistols is needed to like stop all 3 of those bullets.
Yeah. Are you more excited about after seeing more from Sex Pistols?
Yeah, I enjoy them. I did it kind of once he got shot. I assumed that it was Sex Pistols that stopped them. Was it just one of the Sex Pistols?
It was just number 5.
Whoa!
Something.
How do
really-
you do that?
He's fast. I
He's
mean,
fast.
it's like he's fast enough to eat 3 shots. You know, they didn't all come out at the same time. They're fast.
Oh, that's
enough.
true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they're fast enough to, while a bullet is midair, to change their trajectory. One
Uh-huh.
kick. So
They're also fast enough to get in front of a bullet to kick it. You know.
Yeah, all good points.
Something that I really love too. I don't know if you noticed. He does explain that there's no number 4 on all the bullets. You'll notice that there's it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Because it's an unlucky number.
Right, but 5 is the one you'll notice that gets bullied a lot, and he's like the whiny baby one and whatever.
Because he's technically
He's
the fourth
technically the
one.
fourth
If
one.
you think about it.
Yeah, but
That's
he's
funny.
also kind of Mista's lucky little guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
he
He
is. He's always getting him out of trouble. It was so awesome too that he can split his stand up. He has number 5 with him, and then number 6 went with Bruno to go take
Yeah.
care of business.
And Bruno takes care of fucking
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
baby.
fucking
Yeah.
does.
God.
There were several. The tone of part 5 is such that there were so many moments where there was a small part of me that was like, "Oh shit, this like one of the crew could die here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything feels so serious all the time, and so Bruno's fight with Grateful Dead, and then especially with Pesci, was like terrifying at a lot of points. It was awesome.
Yeah.
His
It is-
heart stopped even for a sec.
Yeah.
this
he-
fight is so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
When they're like first starting and you know, Pesci goes to kill everybody and Bruno jumps out of the
ceiling?
wall and kicks
Yes.
Pesci in the face with his regular foot.
Uh-huh.
It's so rare that we see like
Hand-to-hand combat.
hand-to-hand
yeah.
combat, and it was like, oh yeah, they don't need their stands.
They're gangsters.
They are fucking gangsters.
Yeah.
He does like a flip too,
Yeah,
like
and
when
he knocks him
gets
out
the-
with one kick. It was fucking awesome.
And then right after
I
that,
got so hyped.
just one of my favorite little action moments when he unzips his face as Grateful Dead's going to strike him, so that he misses, and then and then Sticky Fingers fucking gut punches Pesci across the just across the room.
Yeah.
It's just it's so well just like visualized that you feel the punch, and then like when he's like, I will protect my crew, I'm gonna get them across to this mission.
Is that how he talks?
Yeah, something like that. He's just like so confident as he
I will do this.
I will do
as
this.
he zips his face up. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save my crew and complete my mission, and you're really not gonna be a problem for me. And then zips himself and Prosciutto out of the conductor car.
That was such a fucking solid move. And then especially because he was willing to just like kill them both, which fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
then Pesci tries to save Prosciutto, and him realizing the thing that had been hinted at before, which is if you attack Beach Boys, that energy goes back to you and you're the one that gets hooked. And so he smacked it to get Prosciutto out of there. Very fucking awesome. Very good stuff.
Yeah. Beach Boys is a really cool stand.
Beach Boys is a really cool stand. Yeah, it has that Superfly element of you can't attack the stand, which is super fun. The shot, like the cut after he like switches their hands, and then like Prosciutto's like flying, hits. You hear like a half second of splatter, and it hard cuts back to Pesci. I was really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Especially because Pesci, in a way, after we get a lot of the relationship between Pesci and Prosciutto in a way that's very compelling.
Yeah.
And it's really tragic that Pesci is sort of tricked into killing Prosciutto in a way. Bruno uses his own stand to kill Prosciutto, which is so sad. Such a bummer.
Yeah.
The Pesci and Prosciutto dynamic. I mean, you talked about this earlier about the like, you know, we've mentioned this the execution squad being like really compelling good characters, and I feel like, you know, with Illusio you don't really have that, but then you get back into this and it's like, man, they are so well fleshed out, and like they're dynamic, and Pesci like almost treating them in certain moments like as like protagonists in this little fight, and like focusing on their dynamics so heavily, I really enjoyed.
It really, you were saying as we watched it, Clayton, you're like, we're really getting this from their perspective.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder like what that's about. And it's the, I guess it's like Araki trying to compare their levels of resolve.
Yeah.
I think also it goes to show what it's like to be at the receiving end of Bucciarati's gang, like you know, because like, and how scary it can be to go up against them, and because I just the part where the train stopped and Bruno unzips the train and like comes out, and it's just like so like
he's so scary.
Terrifying.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna get you.
Before that, he has a Jotaro moment where he unzips his heart.
Yeah,
He stops his own dang heart.
So that Beach Boy can't find him and almost dies.
Yep.
He almost just fucking eats it.
Just by luck. By luck. That's
Yeah.
the only reason he survived.
Well, he held out long enough to where Pesci felt the need to stop the train, and that's what pushed his body parts together. So
Yeah,
it still
yeah.
was him like beating Pesci at his game.
But they could have spun around whenever.
he was like, well, I guess this is it. I lost.
Yeah.
Like he accepted that he lost. So yeah.
And then of course their final showdown.
God, it was so fucking
very good.
sick.
Another like very tense. The sun is setting, and it's like, all right, make your last move, pal. Very cinematic. And Bruno, I don't remember, how does it exactly play out? Because he like almost gets his heart.
Yeah, Pesci shoots it right through both of his hands and directly attacks the heart. You know, he has that little like flick where he cuts Bruno's leg at a moment, which is fucking awesome. But he gets into the heart, and then Bruno punches the line and or grabs it to create slack, flips that around Pesci's neck and has him yank it. So Pesci snaps his own neck with his own fishing line.
Yeah. But then Pesci still tries to get them back by, as we were saying, smashing the turtle earlier. And then Bruno whips him out into the air, and you get to see Sticky Fingers' stand cry.
Yeah.
One of my favorites in JoJo.
It's awesome.
Arrivederci is all I have to say. And then just the way that the music cues, like the way it, the music stops for a second so that he can go Arrivederci, and then his body parts fall strewn into the river, and then it's just like perfect. It's a perfect fucking.
It's like I'm there.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It's so good.
And then we see that Trish almost summoned Godzilla.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Trish is a stand user after all. What's that about?
Yeah.
She's got a big foot. We met Littlefoot.
It's little feet, but
Little
okay.
feet.
Yeah.
She's big foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm very curious what it's going to be. She makes dinosaurs, maybe? She is dinosaur.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
A dinosaur
That's
stand?
stupid.
Obviously, there's going to be a dinosaur stand.
If you
I'm not
think-
stupid,
if-
guys.
Completely unrelated. Oh, sorry, you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
Completely unrelated to that, but related to JoJo. So, Part 7's anime has not been confirmed. We don't know when it's going to happen. Some of us are... There's even some fans... Clayton, don't do that. There's even some fans that are convinced that we're just never getting Part 7.
Whoa.
But in the last 24
Why
hours...
are you saying this? What?
I'm about to tell
Oh,
you.
okay. I thought you were just like, I'm really scared we're not getting a part 7, guys. And I'm like, yeah.
In the last
too.
24 hours, a lot of official figures have dropped.
Oh, from
a lot
part
of
7?
for Part 7 characters. Typically, merchandising like that is a signal of an anime release coming soon. So
Whoa.
there is a potential chance that we will be getting an announcement of Steel Ball Run. Hopefully immediately. Hopefully like I check my phone right now and it's confirmed. But hopefully soon.
Yeah.
That would make my life a lot better.
Yeah.
That would like change my life.
Clayton, any final thoughts? Any other things you want to bring up? Any?
Not a single one.
Really? Nothing?
I'm very excited to keep going.
We meet some
I love
weird
the
guy
crew.
at the end. At the end.
Who do we meet?
Oh yeah, we
Is
meet
it-
a little
just
weird,
a little teaser.
a weird guy, and he's talking on the phone with someone, right? He gets a blood sample he gets a Bruno blood sample.
Yeah.
The guy in
What?
purple
The
with
guy-
like a half outfit.
No.
It's at the very end of the episode.
Oh, yeah,
also,
yeah,
new
I remember
outro.
this.
Oh, yeah.
a new
it was,
visualizer for the outro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, it
New
was that
visuals.
special.
They're still horny. But
Yeah.
There's no-
they make
Every
it
time they
feel
close their
so-
damn eyes.
Uh,
You said you're so excited to go forward.
I'm so excited to go forward.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woo.
Woohoo.
All
Wow.
right.
Should we talk
Well,
about
with
some
that?
fucking One Piece?
Oh, that's the name of the treasure on the Grand Line.
Yeah, get a One Piece.
Yeah, yo, yeah, yo.
Demon. Adriana,
Your turn, Adriana.
Go.
go ahead. Don't let us get in your way.
It will not be happening.
You think you're above us? You think like you're...
Absolutely.
Yeah, then they're right, and they're so right.
You sit at the table with cringe and then pretend like you don't dine on the same meal.
Yeah.
And Jesus sat at the table with sinners. And what about it?
Jesus also was a sinner.
Yeah.
You remember
What?
that?
No, explicitly not.
He was like
No.
the one guy.
It wasn't confirmed.
And we're talking about the One Piece.
You-
So
See, you're applying Judaism to Jesus.
Wait, did you just say to
Ma-
Jesus?
To Jesus. To Jesus.
the G-Zai.
to Jesus. To peanuts.
One Piece. This week we
Chopper's
started.
He is.
We
He is.
started.
Saboti.
Yeah.
Thank you
Pretty
for saying
cool.
it. I was like not confident in its pronunciation.
It's
Saboti.
called Saboti. So that's
Saboti.
how I pronounce it. It could be right. Some people say Sabaudi. Some people say Sabauti. Some people say Sabaodi.
Sabaody.
Sabawadi.
Sabaudi is how...
Sabiota.
How is it spelled?
Sabadoti.
Sabaody.
Oh.
Sabady. That's how I was.
Wait, what?
Sabaudi.
Sabaody.
For some
What is
reason...
it?
Sabody.
How do vowels work?
A-O. Ow.
Ow?
So
B-A-O
normally
is
it'd
a
be
vowel.
ow.
Oh,
but
that's if it's double vowels. Then you say A.
This doesn't matter,
Yes.
actually.
It does. It matters to me, Josh.
But if people say it's
My bad.
Saboti, then the A must be silent.
But before we get to Sabauti,
Oh, is it Spouty? Girl, stop.
we get to hear about the backstory of one Mr. Brooke.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
that
we
was at the
start with
beginning.
Brooke backstory.
Yeah.
This is Brew.
Cry
Yes.
count. Mark it.
Yeah.
I was on the verge of tears the entire time. I don't think I could quite count it as a cry count. But
Well, we were reading it at. We were out at coffee reading it.
yes.
Whoa.
I was listening to the song too.
We listened to the song
towards
when we
end
got
of it.
home. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
glad because it's awesome.
Yeah. It was. I think. Is it based on a real song? Because I feel like I've heard it before.
I mean,
Or
you
just
have probably heard it on like TikTok and stuff. This is a very famous part of like One Piece. I don't think it's a real song. Let me find
Just
out.
The one part like one part of it was like, oh, this is like one of those kind of like Farmer in the Dell, how it's like a tune that's used for a lot of stuff.
Oh, like the piano bits or the actual?
No, just
like,
the
lyrics?
melody, like just the tune.
Does not seem to be a real song other than from one beat.
There's a coincidence then.
Yeah.
I like Brooks a lot. Everything he does, everything he says is like it's fucking gold. When he does the 45-degree angle bit, I just love that fucking shit so much. That's like my kind of shit.
It genuinely, like, kind of emotionally got to me. We earlier see him do it. He's so bored and so alone, and he's like 45-degree angle, just trying to keep himself entertained. And then he's at a party with all these people celebrating their big win, and he does the 45-degree angle to uproarious applause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say
Brooke is
that
awesome.
there was a major sin at the beginning of this on Oda's behalf, at the beginning of this section, that almost ruined this entire portion for me. And that is the fact that he lets the 3 worst characters that he's ever written, the 3 most hateable, fucking awful characters he's ever written, escape with their lives.
Yeah.
Oda, kill fucking someone that I don't like. You piece of fucking shit.
He's not God.
He's
Oda,
Why
please
are you-
kill
why-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
Oda,
literally that's what you're
you
doing.
wrote the damn story.
Well, I guess he is God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but them surviving gives us very important information.
I don't fucking care.
Which is
Ace.
of course.
Has
Ace.
been
Oh
Ace
my
is locked
God.
Up, is in he's
Impelled down.
Impelled
he's-
down.
Yeah.
Awaiting execution.
And then that's followed up by some news we get at the end of this part where he's going to be executed publicly real soon.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
And that's why
start
his
a war.
life is in danger and his Vivre card is burning. We also get Lola's mom's Vivre card, which we
Right.
have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Lola
Which
and
is
Nami was so sweet. That's
Yes.
such a
Yes.
little thing they got, like this rapport they got going. I really like that.
Friendship.
Also, Frankie rejects her, but he does it
I
in
love
such
it
a
in the sun. He's
He's
Yeah.
smooth. It's the smoothest, nicest way.
It was so I like it really like that
Right.
small. I like Frankie a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that was just like a moment of like, yeah, Frankie's
He's just
fucking
like,
awesome.
not
Sorry,
today, queen.
I'm a star.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Like-
He's
Like, sorry, you kind of slow me down. I'm too awesome. I'm too fast.
yeah.
I want to figure.
But he's like, honey, you're a dime.
yeah, he
But
says
I'm
you're a
too
gem.
super.
He says you're
Yeah,
a
You're a
I'm
gem.
gem.
too super. Yeah,
But I'm
Yeah.
too super. And I was like, I wish you raised me.
What?
yeah.
Frankie
yeah.
would be a
You
great
want
dad.
He
Frankie
was
to
it.
be
He
your
is their
dad?
dad. He's their adoptive dad. That's kind of how I look
You
at it.
think so?
He wears such
Yeah.
a good outfit in this arc. I mean, it's okay. Here it is. He's wearing a purple shirt. And that's all I need.
Okay, here it is.
But it works.
It looks
Okay,
so,
here it is.
it looks so good with his like light because I like his
Yeah.
color palette this arc.
Yeah. I don't remember his outfit too much. I honestly, Robin has the most memorable outfits.
Robin
for
does
me.
have a
like
great-
whenever she changes out.
Oh my god, yeah.
Robin has a few really solid, just like little bits and little moments. When she wipes the resin on Usopp,
Yeah.
It's so funny.
it's-
Also, later on in Sabaody, she puts her cowboy hat back.
Yeah.
Yes, best
Her
decision
freaking
ever.
Halloween fit was really sick too.
Yeah,
The red one.
with the fishnets.
But oh my god, the freaking the cowboy hat is back. She's got a pop collar.
Yeah.
She's back in business. She's back in
She's swagging.
She's back in Swagtown. They head off. I love the moment because I was like, okay, we're supposed to go to Fishman Island. There's gonna be some sort of detour. I just feel it for some reason. And then they were like, Ace's Viver card it's showing that he's in danger. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is the detour. And then Oda makes the brilliant choice to give this like defining moment for Luffy to be like, no, I would never encroach. I would never. There's no point in me. Ace would just be pissed if I like got in his business and like fought one of his own battles. That's just not how
Yep.
we are. And I love that he chose that moment to define their brotherhood in that way.
Yep.
He also had that-
He also seems like Luffy's still nervous. Like
Yeah.
it seems like he is sure in that decision, but you can tell that he's still pretty worried about it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was saying like I was like interested in that. I was talking to Clayton after my first read through these chapters. I was like, I don't know, it like trying to get a little bit more info about like what that is. And in my second, I noticed that like he also says like in the grand scheme of things, Ace and I are rivals. Like I was always like well, why like Luffy sacrifices the world for his like friends. I don't really see, but there's like they're also this is a rival pirate person. It's not a part of Luffy's gang or anything like that, or even like friend, quote unquote.
And even then, if they're rival, they're working towards alternate ends.
Yeah.
Probably Ace would be offended. Obviously, he would be offended anyway, but he would be offended even more so if Luffy was helping him out as an enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the fact that Zoro's sacrifice, right? Was there are some people on the crew who know about it that aren't just Sanji.
Yeah.
Robin did a little ears dropping.
She put her ear elsewhere.
And then Brooke also saw it happen.
Yeah.
But they're all, I think, like, I hope this comes back in some way. I hope it comes back as, like, an interesting moment for Luffy to reckon with, like, I don't know, his sense of responsibility towards the crew, knowing that his first mate went through all that for them, you know, literally took on Luffy's own pain and damage, like, you know.
But also, what do you think like Luffy's reaction to that would be?
I feel like he would
probably just go like, "Thanks, man," and Zoro would be like, "No problem."
I don't know, but Sanji seemed to set up this stake where he was like, how do you think Luffy would feel if he knew that like Zoro had taken that for him? We don't need to do this to the captain, you know. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just making something out of nothing.
No, it's fair. It's a fair point.
But yeah, they're on their way. They're gonna see Laboon. Laboon is the One Piece. And then I loved that moment in Brooks's original death where it goes from a quartet to a trio to a duo to a solo.
Yeah.
Silence. That part was awesome.
Yeah. Also, we don't know. I don't know if this is gonna come back, but I remember it caught me off guard both times. But Brooks' old captain, we technically don't know if he's dead.
Yeah, we don't know if he's dead.
We don't know if he's dead or alive.
Yorkie. Who seemed like really cool.
Yeah.
Seemed like a cool guy.
I'm gonna make this. I mean, hey, we didn't see him die on
I
screen.
think
Yorkie's
alive.
gonna come
There's
back.
no fucking way he's not. Yeah.
But it's awesome. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot.
Are there islands in the Calm Belt? Did we establish that?
I mean, I guess it would be possible for there to be an island in the Calm Belt.
I mean,
it would
not
just
as much
likely
as the
be
Grand Line,
very, very dangerous.
Yeah. I just was wondering if islands exist in the because he was trying to leave through the Calm Belt, right? So either he got out, if he's alive, he either got out or he's like stuck somewhere in the Calm Belt. Like if there's an island,
fighting Neptunians.
Yeah, it turns out the freaking real detour. Oh, wait. Before I get to that, there's something lurking in the Florian Triangle that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
something
happened
What the
to
fuck?
Lola.
It has big ol' eye. It's huge. It's huge and has big ol'
Probably just
eye.
another shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another Sky people. They're just like cooking or something up there in Skypia, and then their shadow. Yeah.
That was actually Orz's dad.
Doors.
That'd be an uncool reveal. That'd be a reveal that wouldn't matter. Yeah, it turns out the real detour is Cammy and her friend Papuga.
Papagu.
Papagu.
I think
It
it's
also
Papagu.
is he like when it gets his name card title, his name is also Starfish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 You got a problem with that?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I might call him Starfish because that's.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I love Cammy.
Yeah.
She's
Cammy's
really
great.
fun.
They're really awesome.
Then when they first get to like Duval's like little area and it's like, oh, we can jump in and go save him, and it's like that's a trap, and they're both like, we could never imagine someone being so mean.
You've been captured 30 times, Cammy. I love that they established that mermaids are super fast, and the only reason they get caught is because they're spacing out all the time. They're airheads. Like
I also loved Zoro's bit where he erased Kokoro from his memory. That is, I think about that a lot, and it's so funny.
I liked more whoever's reaction it was to that.
Yeah, Chopper. Chopper was
Chopper's
like,
you erased it. You erased the
just
memory.
erased the
Like
memory.
he saw the thought bubble or something. That was to me was
What did
was
y'all
funny.
think of when Luffy's meeting came? He's like, "Whoa, you're a mermaid. So how do you shit?" And she's like, "Well, it's like," and Sanji's like, "She doesn't. She doesn't, man."
I feel like we had a lot of good like Sanji jokes.
There's just a lot of good jokes. One of my favorite, one of my favorite that I can remember in One Piece right now just happened where they're talking about how she's a mermaid and Brooke goes, "Oh, that's interesting. Can I borrow some money?"
Because again, the whole like Brooke being like absolutely not good at being around people. That's when it's like very funny.
Yeah.
It's just not when he's being.
and then they're like, "That's so rude." And he goes, "My head opens. Isn't that interesting?"
Isn't that interesting?
To distract them. He's like, he can't. This motherfucker cannot miss. Like,
No, he literally
He's so
has.
silly.
Yeah,
he's so silly, and he's badass too. We get to see him in action some more.
He does a big jump.
He can put people. He can lullaby his enemies to sleep before he attacks
he
them.
jigglypuffs them to sleep.
Yeah,
Great.
he jiggle that thing.
He doesn't because he has no bones. He has only bones.
He has no
He has
bones.
no bones.
What?
He's,
Take away.
he's only got juice.
We get some stuff with Duval.
Who is
Who
revealed?
did y'all think? Was there anybody that y'all were thinking when you first saw?
I knew that
I
when
need to find that ship.
when he was saying I'm so pissed off at that guy, we were like, I don't know who this guy is, but I bet he's mad at Sanji for some reason.
Yeah.
we called that.
I thought it was gonna be for a completely different reason though.
My thought at a certain point before the mass reveal, my front runner was I was like, it's Don Krieg. Don Krieg's back.
I thought of that too, and then I was like, wait, but what's with the accent is
right?
like not like he would have.
It's like Scottish.
That came out of nowhere, right?
I was reading him as Southern.
Yeah, right.
Country.
Oh.
I was reading him as like ma, because it's like the mas and the ahs. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, like that.
Yeah.
But it could also be like,
out.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna kill you.
I read it as Southern too.
I read it as Scottish. I was going to ask if there
That's
was
funny.
an official.
Huh?
What his accent?
I have no idea. We could surely listen to the dub and find out, but I don't know.
But yeah, I realized who it was like in the same chapter that it was revealed. Like not until that chapter was getting going was I was like, no way. And then Josh wouldn't let me tell him my prediction before it happened.
Because I knew what you were gonna
You
say.
predicted that it was somebody who looks like Sanji's
I
running
predicted that it was the guy who looks like the wanted poster.
Whoa.
Like
You predicted
so close to like right up until maybe the page before
That's
the
still
reveal.
really impressive.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so.
Well, I thought the same thing. It was because he
Whoa.
said, well, no, because he says not until the wanted poster came out, because they would think they found the guy, but they wouldn't know
Okay.
they didn't find. It like kind of spells it out in a way. But I was like, I was hoping it wasn't that. But then when it was, I was like, this is hilarious. Like
It's
I'll
so
take
funny.
this. I was wondering. I'm like, oh, we're gonna learn more about Sanji's past. But then Luffy's like, no, you know this guy. Look. He knocks his helmet off. Cool how he got a facelift.
Yeah, I like that. Sanji's
His plastic
bone
surgery.
rearranging kicks are like a thing that will happen multiple
He
times.
changed the guy's whole life. The guy's
Yeah.
he's an ally now.
Yeah.
He's still a human trafficker.
Yeah.
Well, a former human trafficker.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, okay,
They
so
forgive them real quick.
Yep.
they were like kidnappers, right?
Yeah, they were selling people into slavery.
Yeah.
Even before the wanted poster.
But then they help them get one victim back. So
They try.
They're
They do
trying
try.
to. In the arc called Luffy Ends Racism or something.
There's one specific panel when they're like starting to talk about when they give
Discrimination.
when Luffy's just looking and he goes discrimination. Luffy's learning. He's getting it.
That's a
That
great
is
point.
like
Educate yourself.
that is
man.
pretty fucking awesome.
But we do get there's
Yeah.
a very big kind of tonal shift here where
Yeah.
like we have dealt with like similar things, but all of a sudden Oda is really, really heavily contextualizing like the world government and the elite as like they have very serious systems of oppression and especially like codifying the world government and the military as a way to protect the ruling class and enforce like their whims is like really, it's a really smart shift that needed to happen at some point. And so meeting the fucking celestial dragons and them
God.
being these big fucking pieces of shit.
These inbred fucking. Can I say the C word on this podcast?
Yes.
These inbred fucking crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna say something else.
No.
I
I know you meant crackers.
I was gonna
never
say the
allow
other
you to
one,
say
but I thought. Yeah, I actually was like, oh, I've never hated a character more than like Moria, and then we met the yuppie, the aristocrats, and I was like, all right, Oda, it's really gonna like if none of these guys die, I'm gonna really have a fucking like a panic attack. I'm glad though that it seems like they are gonna get their just desserts. Maybe. I hope that One Piece, now that it's established that we have these like bloodline nobilities, I really hope that like the whole One Piece just ends in an entire just like global revolution guillotine mode. Like that's what I'm praying for. It kind of feels like it's going in that direction, but this just became too real.
I think it just makes my theory more likely about the people with the D initial deal or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you think?
Because these guys are the government descendants or whatever, and what I was thinking was that the D people are some descendants of like an equivalent, a pirate equivalent of that, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because the celestial dragons are the descendants of the 80 kings who came together to found the
Was
world.
it
I thought it was
20?
20 kings.
20
800 years.
kings.
Yeah.
800 years ago.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Numbers
There's some
of
cool lore.
kings.
We got.
Yeah, I
several
mean
kings.
it's cool. I enjoy like the world building side of it. It was just so good. Also, Sabade as a
The mangrove archipelago of
So
Sabaody.
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Zoro.
Immediately.
I love the shot where he first is like, all right, I'm heading out. And Sanji and Usopp are like,
No. Where you going? You going alone?
And he's like, I'm not an idiot. And they're like, you're right.
He's like,
You know,
the
you-
number.
Sanji
the
literally-
number.
Apologized to Zoro
He's
for
like-
the first time ever.
Yeah, he's like, hey, because he knows that it's only going to work out in Sanji. He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry I doubted you. You got this. Hey, trust your heart, dude.
Yeah, that was great.
What?
Sabaody and the way that it's set up, its world building, its mechanics, brilliant, fantastic. Already one of my favorite locations in One Piece. It's so fucking cool. It looks amazing. Just and all the people we're meeting in it are so fucking cool.
Before we get, I do want to say I also love that the way when Zoro interacts with Saint
Carlos.
St. Charlo.
Charlos, yes, Saint Charlos, and he's like, is about to like cut him in half or whatever, and the thing he says is, "What, you need directions?"
Yeah.
It's such a funny, great
That
thing.
moment was so
But-
awesome. Just when I was like, Zoro's in here. He's gonna. He's like, yeah, better take your ass back to the Grand Line. We clowning this motherfucker. I just like how Luffy's gang is always because of the way that their captain is. The Strats are always the least informed people in any given part of the world.
Yeah.
And so they always just kind of do things their way, including dealing with celestial dragons.
Yeah,
Nami reads the news.
Yeah, but she just never gets to them in time.
Yeah.
but when Shaki,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, Shaki, when they're talking to like Shaki and Luffy, and they're like, "Yeah, do you know about the other 11 supernova, the other 9 supernovas?" And Luffy's like, "I don't read the news."
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And when she was like, "Oh, do you
Supernova?
have?" That's the term of the other
rookies,
9 people that we meet.
The standout rookies.
Is
I
that
believe-
given in the
I
translation?
believe
it's
it's only given in a chapter title.
Yeah,
but
the
that
chapter
is
that we meet them is called.
terminology that is used.
Okay.
But they also like Shaki asks Luffy, is like, "I heard what went down in his lobby. Is that any of that true?" And Luffy was just like, "Talking about it's boring."
yeah.
Like, I
Moving
don't-
on.
I
love it.
I didn't read. I don't know what they say.
Yeah, I like how she can sense that he has a completely different attitude towards this whole pirating thing.
Yeah.
Then like all the other guys. Also, man, the rundown of meeting the other 9 fucking supernovas was fantastic, and we finally get best boy. What's his name? The
Trafalgar Law.
Trafalgar Law. No, but what's his nickname?
The Surgeon of Death.
Surgeon of Death.
Trafalgar D. Law. I don't know if D's actually the name, but I'm assuming. I'm just gonna make. I think it is. I think he's got D in his initial.
Sure.
It is a weird first name. Like, it feels like the same person who named whatever Ace's port gas or whatever. Like, who's coming up with these first? Is it a first name?
So it's the same situation as Luffy, where it's like it's a family
No, it's
name.
the
It comes first, but
Never mind.
Yeah.
Still don't know
I
why-
guess
but
like
Ace
a
is-
normal
yeah.
last
Still don't know why
name.
port gas isn't Monkey D. Ace. We have yet to figure that out.
They're
No idea.
adopted. I don't know.
Half brothers.
They're clearly related. I'm sorry.
who knows?
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Also, real quick on the point of like global revolution stuff, they've also got like Luffy's dad is going to be the whole revolution side of that. It's going on with Dragon. Yeah.
The Revolutionary Army.
Yeah.
Shall we go a rundown of the supernovas real quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got obviously Luffy, Zoro.
Yeah.
Love them. They're awesome. Up next we got Eustace Kid. Captain
The
Kidd.
biggest bounty we've met so far.
The red
Yeah.
one, right?
He looks,
Okay.
Captain Kidd. He looks
with
vicious.
a bigger bounty. I think he's got what 330 million,
15.
15 million.
15 million.
Bigger than Luffy. He's got red hair. He's crazy.
And he's got the bigger
And he's
bounty
a-
because they just
he's
kill
a
people.
bitch. Yeah,
he's insane.
right.
Yeah, we
we've
get
got
that-
his right hand, Killer, who is Kid's first mate, who is a guy with a mask and a little shirt on.
Smiley face emoji.
Whoa.
That's
Fan of Killer over here.
I didn't even think about that.
What do you mean?
About how
No,
you would...
I just think he looks cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
What's happening?
Adriana just likes a guy in a mask.
You have
No.
a crush on Killer.
I do not. Shut up.
Oh my gosh!
I do not!
We've got, that's 4 of them.
We got Capone Gang Beach.
Capone Gang, and this is it. I hate to pronounce it this way because I do say it beige either way. It's Beji.
Pidgey.
Capone Gang Beji.
Is
he Italian or
Is
something?
gang
He
his
is
like
Italian.
moniker? Is it Capone Gang or is it?
Capone Gang Beji.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So I'm
got
just gonna call him Capone.
Glutton
Dude, a
Jewelry
spit take.
Bonnie.
I
Yeah.
love
her.
Bonnie.
Love her.
Yeah.
Bonnie
Bonnie.
is fucking awesome.
Also, freaking can age shift.
seemingly.
Or
That-
shapeshift, or just shapeshift.
Okay.
I think I was getting shapeshift vibes. Yeah.
All right. Freaking magician Basil Hawkins.
Indeed. We see
I like
him
how- I like
as he is like consulting fortunes and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Killing is unlucky for me today, he says.
Yes.
He has one of the higher bounties at 249 million.
Dangerous guy.
We get Roar of the Sea, Scratchin' Apo or Apu.
Scratchman Apu.
That he's like
Scratchman
us.
Apu.
He is the leader of the On-Air Pirates. He loves music.
Oh.
And also,
Okay, I was like,
Also,
what?
hold on real quick.
from the Grand Line.
Scratchman
got
Apu, part of, and we get later a list of like races in One Piece.
Yeah.
As people are being sold.
Oh, yeah.
And we see long arm people. As Scratchman Apu, you might
Like
notice he has
that-
2 elbows.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's crazy. I thought you were gonna say because doesn't that one because we've been getting the cover story of Lucci and his gang, and that guy what Bluno
Bluno?
yeah, he has really long arms, right?
He does have long
I
arms.
think he's just drawn that way.
Yeah.
But when you said
He's
that,
not bad, he's just
when you
drawn
said yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh, just like him. But now he's it's the 2 elbows.
He got 2 elbows.
Also,
On
Apo.
the concept of the cover story, I had a quick question. If you,
Yeah.
if you can illuminate me, they have to flee the island because the government was like looking for them. Why were they fleeing the island?
They
I don't remember.
They it said they have to flee. They are being hunted for their failure or something.
Okay.
Well, they are escaping the Buster call. That was right.
Well, the Buster call was. I thought that was like after the aftermath of.
I
the
think
Buster
this is all after because they're doing like
Yeah.
they're like raising
But
money.
it's like
and
I
shit.
don't know why I just don't understand why they're not still part of the government. Is it because they failed? I
Yeah,
guess.
I think
Sure.
so.
I think so.
All
They
right.
failed miserably.
They did.
Yeah, so Kid and Oppo were already fighting. Which
Yeah,
was
they
fun
were
to meet
already
them.
about to
we get
throw down.
Red Flag X Drake,
Red flag. X Drake.
a fallen naval officer.
Adriana, you're gonna love that guy.
Really?
I can't say more, but you're
What?
gonna be a fan.
Okay.
Specifically that guy?
That guy.
Is it because he's
Okay.
secretly cockewing or something?
He's secretly cacuing. I know something about him, and I think by
He's a Ghost fan.
the end of next week, I think you will already be a fan.
Okay.
Seems cool.
I'm so curious.
He broke up a fight between
Yes,
two of the other supernovas.
he stopped the fight between. I think.
Mad
no.
Monk.
Yeah, it was Killer was going to fight. Who? Oh, Arouge was the
Arouge,
other
yes.
person. Yeah.
The monk guy.
I like it. Also, it tells us where all of them are from, which blue they're from, or whether they're from like the Grand Line or. And then Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar Law, Captain of the Heart Pirates,
The Heart Pirates.
music producer, freaking b-boy. He just looks so. He just
Ecstasy
looks so.
hookup?
He looks so fly. He just looks so fucking cool.
He is a cool
Trafalgar
guy?
or Trafalgar?
Trafalgar.
Trafalgar.
No, I think all the things about him that Josh thinks make him cool to me make him like a loser.
Yeah, he does. He does look
but
like
in
a
a
loser.
good way.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
like I love him so far, but he's so
He's so chill.
He looks like he'd play guitar at you. like
Yeah.
that's the vibe he's
But also
giving.
There's also one other person that we meet here that has maybe not a current insane bounty, but at one point had a bounty, and he was 100 times stronger.
Yeah.
Raleigh, the right
Riley-
hand to
Riley.
Captain Roger.
He used-
Can I show y'all something?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we just now are meeting Silver's Rayleigh, the right hand to Gold D. Roger.
Dark
his
King
first
was
name.
another name that
Dark
he had.
King Rayleigh. Long time ago, or like a little bit ago, we learned that the crew that Shanks and Buggy was on
he
was
in the flashback. Sorry, I'm sorry.
no,
to interrupt you.
absolutely was Gold D. Rogers' crew.
Yeah.
All the way towards, I think, the second volume of One Piece, when we see the flashback to Buggy talking about Shanks.
Oh my god.
Who do we see
Oh my god.
but
Yes.
Silver's Rayleigh? I already showed it.
Okay, different flashback than I thought you were talking about, but that's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
crazy
Really?
stuff.
You remember
huh?
that design? He looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He also
sick.
said
He likes young
he
girls.
likes young ladies, and I was like, oh,
I think
please.
he doesn't mean in a knowing
No,
Rayleigh and what's
yeah.
to come. I don't think it's supposed to be like I like you, but I think it's more. I think it's as like
I beat that guy up because I like young girls and I want
Yeah.
to, and he was beating up a young girl.
yeah. 100%.
Also, he used his hockey.
Yeah.
Also, Luffy
You
seemingly
used
used hockey
Huh?
on the bull. Do you remember
When
On
Duval's
Duval's bull.
I
Duval's
did
the bull.
not even put that together.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, he used some
It's-
sort of like
it's-
stunning hockey that freaking Shanks used too.
Mhm. It was very similar to when
Interesting.
Shanks
That's
did that.
insane.
And nobody knew what happened. And
Yeah.
which is seemingly
Wow.
establishing this hockey in a very I like what it's establishing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
you said that this would have that what was coming up would have kind of Mocktown vibes. Totally know what you mean now.
yeah.
I like these little arcs whenever pirates on their journeys kind of cross paths.
Uh-huh.
Like
Because
that's why
especially-
I liked Mocktown and Logtown.
We have been going through the whole Grand Line, and Luffy has had his own journey. And also, I want to say early on, Hayden, I told you that you were incorrect about there
Yeah.
being a specific path you stick to.
No, there's
I've
7 sea
confirmed
routes.
to be incorrect. There are 7 sea routes that you can take.
Yeah.
And these are people from each of those 7 routes. But as we're going into the new world, we have some ideas of the threats to come in. You know, there's the warlord still. There's 4 emperors, all of whom we know reside in the new world. And then with these obstacles in place, Oda sets up, once we get to the halfway mark, Oda sets up the other people in the race. All of whom I will say, all of these people will play an important role in one way or another going forward.
That's fantastic.
And I think it's just a genius fucking move on Oda's part.
I liked it.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I love that he sets up this convergence point for them because it really broadens the world where you're like, all the shit that Luffy and crew have been through on their first half of their journey, and that's 1/7 of what has been going on. Like, that's fucking crazy.
In just this little
Yeah.
strip of the world.
And it sets it up so well, also the stakes of like how tough it is to get to the new world. It's like you can take the legal route, but it takes fucking so much time. Or you have to take the illegal route, and you got to do all these bells, whistles. You got to find your way to Sabaody, then you got to coat your ship, then you have to like. We haven't even seen Fishman Island, and that's the actual halfway point.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. I also, it was really funny when they were talking about me, like, yeah, it's like the halfway point. I was like, man, it feels like so early for this to be us to be hitting like the halfway point. And then I looked and was like, oh, this is chapter 500. This is not early in the story.
We're getting pretty close to being halfway through the like One Piece that is out as well.
We are. We're also getting relatively close to getting halfway through all of JoJo's that is out.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm excited.
halfway through the podcast, and at the end of this podcast, we'll never speak to each other ever again.
No, we won't. Halfway through our friendship, really. So
True.
that's fucking interesting, isn't it? I think we will hit the One Piece halfway point before we hit the JoJo halfway point, but it won't be too far behind. So we're kind of like, we really are keeping this kind of in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
But
say
yeah,
that. I'll tell you that for $5.
But yeah, we close out on one little moment of we get to the slave trade, the big slave trade auction.
They don't even call it something else or
This-
anything like
No,
that.
This is
Like,
an
yeah.
insane topic.
Yeah.
For Oda to be bringing up. It does really though when we get like kind of introduced to how Hachi and Cammy have to hide their actual identities. Like it kind of sets up like, damn, we get why Arlong and his crew had such a vendetta against humans.
Yeah.
Like
There was, I think as well, Oda does a really smart thing where, because Arlong Park was coming out in like the late 90s. And at that time, I think what the fishmen were supposed to represent was kind of the inverse of what they come to represent, which is the fishmen back then, especially following American occupation of Japan. There were a lot of films, and especially kung fu movies, that were based around the idea of these Americans that are seen as like physically, genetically superior to Japanese people.
yeah.
They would do, like, for example, Enter the Dragon with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee was a movie like that. Chuck Norris, this big white guy with big American muscles, but he gets his ass kicked by Bruce Lee, the little guy. And I think that's what the fishmen are kind of supposed to, where it's like, you couldn't possibly keep up with us physically. And then the shift that Oda takes, that I think is very smart, because I think, like, Oda not putting any hats on it and just being like, these people are slavers. I am a big fan of. Like, I'd much rather him be doing that than being like, well, these people are like making weird,
it more
different
fantasy oriented.
Yes.
Yeah.
And him setting up like an actual slave trade here, I think, is a very noticeable tone shift for One Piece. As like, this is the truth of the world government and something that is going to have to be dealt with by the end of the story.
Oh yeah.
And like, this kind of thing is here to stay in One Piece.
Yeah, I really wanted Zoro to slice Saint Charlos, you said his name was?
Yes.
Slice him into bits. It was really hype when he was about to, and then he got stopped. But when Charlos takes his shot at Hachi,
Which the Hachi like forgiveness thing is so interesting right now.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time, but I just wanted to take that, like, that's, I know it's not like resolved yet, but them coming to his defense and like letting him move past that, like past his past, is very interesting. But continue, sorry.
I just thought the moment was. I like that Nami tries to go in and be like, okay, I'm just gonna buy our way out of this. We're just gonna play by the rules. Immediately, they're just not rich enough. Which I was like, thank God, please don't spend all $200 million in one go. But okay, now you're gonna have to find a different way to do this. And then freaking Luffy and Zoro bust in, and Luffy takes his fucking shot at him.
Last panel.
I have faith in Oda that this will have insane consequences going forward.
This is upping his bounty for sure.
This is upping his bounty, and also they're going to be sending a fucking admiral after him again.
Yeah. An admiral is being sent to this island, as well as a large navy force, as well as currently on this island, 11 people with bounties over 100 million, and the former first mate of Roger.
Garp is also on his way as part of like that force that's coming. And
That should be
meanwhile,
fucking war.
Do you think that means that they're gonna because it's been very much a rival vibe and like, oh, let me size up the straw hat captain or whatever, but it's like, oh, so now do you think they're gonna have to work together?
I feel like at least a couple of them. Like I feel like we're probably gonna get like a few of those pirates are gonna be like, fuck, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Admiral's coming, we're out. But I'm gathering my predictions. I think like 3 or 4 of them are gonna stay. I really want Bonnie to stay. I want to see what she does. I'd love it if Kid and I'd love it if Law stayed. And I really think Hawkins. I think he'll probably be in this little scuffle that's about to go down.
I need to know more about my boy Law and my boy Kid. I need to know a lot more about them. I think that they're gonna have serious brawl in their hands, and meanwhile there's going to be also the added stake of Luffy's going to hear about his brother's public execution, which is now, which has apparently also has the stake that was set up earlier when Garp was like, we can't deal with 2 legends at once. Like, we can't have our forces split because they know that when they execute Ace, all out war with Whitebeard is going to begin.
Yeah,
which is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like this is gearing up for some insane shit.
Yeah,
things are ramping up.
I know we all. But I want to cap this off with one fun little thing that I got a text of earlier in the podcast. I have a friend of mine that I convinced about less than a month ago to start reading One Piece. Yesterday he had texted me that he had caught up to where we are now. And I asked him, I was like, hey, are you going to keep pace with us? Are you going to blow past? I got a text from him today that said, dude, you have an intense 60 chapters coming up.
Oh, my God.
In the course of a day, this man has read 5 or 6 volumes of One Piece, which I think is awesome.
Well, so is that our homework? Is it 60 chapters?
Please.
No.
Do we want to get into homework? Do we have a special segment we want to...
We didn't make a special little segment. Do any of y'all have your fucking stands ready?
No,
we haven't
I will
done
never.
any of y'all's
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never going to have that right.
I will have one. I had one. I told Josh about it. I talked to him about it. I was like, oh, this is like the design I came up with. And then Josh was like, that already exists.
Damn, son.
What was
That's
it again?
awesome.
I'll tell you later. But no, okay, I'll get some. I'll get one. We'll have some soon. I want to real quick, just a little segment of these 9 supernovas. Which did we already talk about favorites, like top 3s?
I don't know. I don't think we really ranked them yet because we know so little about them, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to rank them yet.
I will say it's interesting to see Law's current or his initial design because I've seen him later like depictions of him. Just what he looks like is don't look him up.
Googling
I'm not.
No, Adriana's Googling
sure?
Killer later design.
Wait.
What are you looking up, Adriana? Adriana immediately grabbed their phone. No, Law looks good. Like, don't worry about that. But he just looks a little. It just looks a little different. Like the way I could tell that Oda develops him to match the style.
I just thought that Law was sitting next to a bear,
Yes.
and what?
I forget about that.
The bear wearing the jumpsuit that the rest of Law's crew is wearing.
Yeah.
What? I didn't see this.
And Kuma, the warlord or whatever, I thought he had a similar hat, and he has like a white hat and white pants with black spots on them, kind of like Law's hat. So I was like, what? And then he was like a bear guy. So I don't know. I was wanting to like make sure that I was remembering his look correctly. But I don't have any like sensible connection to draw with that. I was just like, oh, they have same hat, you know.
How many chapters of One Piece are there right
what's
now?
our homework?
How many do y'all want? Just number wise.
Honestly,
25.
I don't have a particular number in mind.
Yeah, whatever is good.
You're getting 11.
Okay.
That's good. That's all right.
We'll be reading till chapter 513.
Okay.
Dense stuff. There will be a lot to talk about,
Yeah.
but
I'm okay with
sorry, yeah, I know this is shorter than usual.
it.
It's all right.
Is that just one volume? Is it one full volume?
Basically one volume. I think maybe less than a volume. Maybe less than
Clayton,
a volume.
before I give you...
Sorry, pal.
I'm going to cry.
Hayden is
Okay,
so
it's
close to
okay.
quitting the podcast.
Yeah, every day. Every day.
Clayton, before I give you... I've been wanting to ask you this for a second, because you asked me this. Before I give you the homework, how are you feeling about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in general, holistically? I was meaning to ask you that in part 4.
I asked him that. Already.
No, I
think
do you love it, or do you just like it? Where are you at
right now? I would say I think I am like crossing the threshold of I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Fuck
Give him some time.
I definitely
No,
love
but
part 5.
We just got to part 5. We're like
Yeah, but he had all of part 3 and 4 to figure out.
Yeah,
what he...
but it's it's part 5.
No, but I want to know where he's at
Mm-hmm.
because there's more to come. Also, I get insecure. I'm like, I'm like, does parts 1 and 2 really still drag him down? Does he still worried?
I'm not worried at all anymore.
Is he in the room with us right now?
I'm in the room where it happens. You ever heard of a Hamilton?
What is that?
Homework? Yeah, homework.
Homework.
Hey, Clayton, how many episodes do you want?
12.
30.
The rest of them.
Clayton,
What?
you're getting 2 episodes.
Oh my god, really? I forgot.
No.
Okay.
You're going to get 5 episodes. Here's Job's mic. Here's what's crazy is if we had not done that 7-episode chunk, then not this homework, but the next homework would have been 2 episodes. So it's a good thing that we did what we did. Yeah, we're gonna be watching 5 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind
Okay. Tonight?
tonight.
Yay.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. After I guess we get food, or
Yes.
if we want, I don't know. Clayton's excited. Expect some good stuff, and then expect.
Expect one very uncomfortable thing.
One very uncomfortable thing. Expect like a bad thing, mostly a lot of good stuff, and then some fucking great stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
You'll see.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Josh just said baloney.
I did not say that.
Well,
Why are you guys looking at me?
you're in
Well-
front of me. I'm sitting.
No, yeah, you
well,
make sense. Well,
with that,
He's making a face.
with that, we
We
love
love you. Good night.